Drag Race 15 had it all. Drama on the show and off the show, as it now all culminates into a dragtastic reunion and finale that we are going to break down right here for you. I'm Grady.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Charisse.
And this is Highlights. So we finally hit the end, which is exciting. There's going to be a lot we need to talk about. So we're going to talk about first episode 15, Reunited. And we'll kind of generally talk about the reunion, which was a little spicy. The only structural competition thing we got was the golden boots, so which is a fun little tradition. And Maddie Morphosis was there via telehealth to give away the golden boot, and it went to Selena S. Titties. Do we agree?
Yeah, I feel like she earned that.
She worked hard for that.
Yeah, she really did. Or rather, someone else worked hard for her to wear that and earn that.
Yeah.
I suppose. I mean, it is an honor, and like trying to think of something that deserves it more than that is, I am left speechless. So I suppose I agree.
Yeah. Props to Maddie though. Maddie knows how to have fun with that kind of stuff, and I love it. And so I love that she wore like this awful crochet outfit to hand it off.
Fierce. I thought that was so cute.
It was fantastic in its awfulness.
I love Maddie Morphosis.
It's like so bad that
one
it's
of my
good.
heroes.
Right. Like just lean in and embrace it. It's fine.
She's killing it lately.
I hope we see her back eventually.
That'd be great. I would love that.
Yeah. Eventually they'll have like a straight season or something. Battle of the Straights.
Connecticut. Maddie Morphosis versus Connecticut. This is
why. Oh God. It's all led to this.
Because it would be like, the straight guys doing drag.
The final countdown.
The prophecy is fulfilled. Oh, we're stupid. Anyways, so I was talking a little bit about some of the drama we got. I kind of want to just have a general discussion about some of this, because I think it's drama that partially was produced, and then some drama that I think is very real, and I like that. So I mean, we got Selena, who clearly doesn't get along with Irene, as Irene gave her that read, and Selena had a very quick climb back. We got a lot of Lux versus Lucy. Yeah. Also kind of Lucy versus everyone, and Lucy versus herself. And
the real villain of the season.
Yeah. And then Sugar and Spice were there.
Yeah,
just kind of hanging out. But I gotta say, I think my favorite stuff is Lucy. Everything having to do with Lucy was awesome, because we watched her battle herself for 90 minutes.
The stress in her body and on her face was like palatable. And props to her cameraman for like capturing all of this footage for us to talk about. Like, first and foremost, thank you so much.
She's man. She's just so rigid and so worried about how she's perceived that I don't know, it really bothers me.
I think one of the reasons why Lucy had it out with Lux so often was because Lux is the exact opposite of Lucy. Like
Mhm.
Lux is so relaxed. Lux knows exactly who Lux is. There's a self-confidence to her that Lucy kind of has, but in that way that she disconnects from her drag character and then also is worried
Mm.
about the edit. There's that disconnect.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Lux doesn't really give the impression that she produces herself. She just is who she
Right.
is. Whereas
Yes.
Lucy, everything she does is cold and calculated. So then there's no, like you said, there's no personal connection to that drag character.
Which isn't
Right.
bad, but own it.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's what it is. Lux is very authentic about her personality in that way, and Lucy's is not. It's a production, it's a show, and it's something to cover up her actual insecurities.
Down to
Right.
their runways, though. Like Lux's runways were so unique and inspired and creative. And Lucy's were like a knockoff, weird copy of some stuff we've already seen before. The
Mhm.
Puff, the Marshmallow
I agree.
Man.
Uh-huh.
Like there were just a lot of different costumes. The Britney Spears flight attendant. I want to say we've already seen the Swamp Monster, It, Creature from the Black
And it,
Lagoon before. Like,
yeah, it's like a lot of costumey, unoriginal stuff based on other things.
right. And then
Yeah.
there's Lux.
Yeah, I agree with
Well,
that.
like Lux said, Lucy's drag is, for lack of a better word, kind of generic.
Yeah,
Fair
completely.
enough. And again, not that it's bad, but own it. Lean into the Marshalls, Marshalls, Marshalls for good grief.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Selena for a little bit?
She was so quiet. I missed her. Oh my gosh, what happened at the reunion?
Oh. Anyway, good talk. uh no. She Irene made a comment to her about having a fake accent that Irene took or not Irene, that Selena took very personally.
Wasn't just a comment. It was during the reading that everyone was doing. So the stage
Yeah,
was set that this is a read and not to be taken seriously.
right. Upon further research, I guess a video surfaced of Selena from the past.
I love that video.
I haven't seen it. Bobby saw
I'll
it and
send it
told
to
me
you.
about
I
it. Oh,
retweeted
please
it on
do.
Twitter. I'll send it
Send
to
it to us, please.
My
I shall.
understanding is that in the video, she in fact does not have an accent, or the accent.
Absolutely not. Not one.
Okay.
Not at all.
So with that information, it makes way more sense because I think the read was obviously a reference to that. And I think
Or a
probably
reference to
just
how she is behind closed doors when not on camera.
correct. And Selena took it very personally, I think, because she's already being kind of exposed.
Yeah, but Selena also has a habit, as we saw throughout the season, of being able to dish it but not take it. Like she doesn't
Mhm.
take any type of critique very well from the
Yeah,
other queens. Like when they said her name to go home because they were basing it based on their observations, she took that
that's
so
true.
personally.
That's
It's
true.
like, get a grip, girl. It's drag.
She did, but also, I mean, if Selena Estides is her character, right? And we're talking about her being an actor.
Mhm.
British actors take on American accents all the time.
Hmm.
Like, it's not necessarily unheard of for a
Yeah.
character to have an accent.
Right. But then
It,
don't get defensive when someone points it out.
right.
Right.
Again, that
That's
same
where
problem of like having self confidence and owning it. Like,
uh-huh.
this is my character. Who cares?
Right.
Hmm.
Um Sugar and Spice were there.
They were.
I will say they look a lot better now than they did while filming.
Fair, but that's from a little bit of filler. And obviously, they brought the dolls that they were cosplaying as with them for all of us to see.
I guess Sharice is not impressed, but
I mean, they were there. It's okay.
I mean,
Okay.
those
So
Mycene dolls are fierce. So
yeah.
I'm not saying that they aren't. What I was a little bit offended in the finale episode when it came to the sugar and spice duo, or at least half of.
I was gonna say half of it was really great and very on point. The other half was present
and a little angry, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit of
Oh,
bitterness there, I think.
yeah, not her best look. A little salt now. She's sugar and salty.
The real star of the reunion for me was, in fact, Princess Poppy dressed as Rebecca Glasscock.
That was such a choice.
Oh, I totally forgot. I had blocked that out. That was like my lasting cavity memory of the reunion for a whole week until we got the finale.
I thought it was. I have a new appreciation for Princess Poppy after the reunion and the finale.
So funny.
It seems like her personality is probably really hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I kind of wish we got to see more of it. Because what we got, I initially thought she was like whatever, but now I'm like, oh, maybe there's more to her.
There's layers
this was
there.
great. Yeah, I thought this was great.
No, I gotta say, like, personally, as far as reunions go, this is not my favorite.
Yeah, I felt like it had more drama than the last one. I remember the last one being boring. Correct me if
Really,
I'm wrong.
even that whole bit with Jasmine Kennedy and Diabetes where they like went at each other. That was fierce.
Oh, I guess.
And that was like half the episode.
Well, that's fair.
Was them trying to make their point at each other. And then Maddie defending Diabetes, and it was juicy.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
That's true. There was way more drama the whole way through all of the like extended season that was last season.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess because of how much the Mistress stuff and the Lucy stuff dominated this episode, I guess I just thought it was more dramatic than really what it was, which I think is fair.
I really agree. I think you said this while we were watching, Grady, is that in other reunions when they're all together, even though there is drama, there is a clear sense of sisterhood and that they all kind of mesh outside of this. I did not get that at all from this. And I agree with what you said, that this just not there. I don't get the impression any of these people like each other except on camera.
I agree.
Except maybe Sugar and Spice. I think they like everybody, but yeah, they're just happy to be counted. But I think everyone else, whether it's an ego problem or just a personality issue, I don't think any of them would hang out outside of this.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe like people like Sasha and Anitra, probably get along
but
fairly
they're generally
well
liked
and
anyway.
Each other. Right. But to me, it's like a little more than half the cast, I think, is just not
feeling it at all.
Yeah.
Super disjointed.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
That just comes back to MTV being the villain of the season and production just ruining the entire season for everyone.
Yeah,
I don't think that helped for sure. And as I've said before, I think Real Friends of WeHo should have been invited to this reunion so we can have answers.
It's true. We need answers.
And I need to know that they've been destroyed.
Need confirmation.
It's just Anitra karate chopping their heads off.
They all drop through the floor a la Dracula. Also, that since we saw that picture of Selena, what the hell was she doing with her neck contour? Like, oh my, it was so distracting.
Yeah, it's like she didn't paint for like the lighting in there.
Right. Like she painted to be in the back of a club.
Yeah.
With no lights. Maybe a red light.
Very back. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. And her dress fit better and I was so happy. And then her makeup as we went on was very distracting.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
her look was actually quite pretty. Because I think when initially I was like, oh, this is the best she's ever looked.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
you're right. It's like it's the angle and the way she's lit. It's just not flattering for her.
It's also the way that her jewelry doesn't cover her. I don't know if there's like her boobs in there. Like, you know how some of them come up to
Yeah.
your neck, some of them come up to
Yeah.
your chin.
Yeah. I think the
Yeah, if she
unfortunate
had a
thing.
big neck piece, that would have looked a lot nicer. Like
Yeah.
that would have
It
maybe
would,
not
yeah.
made that so.
Like that went over her face.
Yeah. A mask, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. I think the unfortunate thing is that her jewelry also really pulls your eye to that area.
It like
And it's like the first thing you see.
encases it. It's like, look at me.
Like, look at this contour.
Absolutely. Because there is also proportionizing with your jewelry too. You want the jewelry to, you know, make your face look good. There are certain styles of glasses even that people should pay attention to, right? Like I can't wear
Yeah.
aviators because that's a size like the same shape as my face. I look terrible in those. I have to wear square or rectangle or not the same, you know?
Yeah.
Small little style points.
Yeah. I also think her Liza Minnelli wig doesn't do her any favors either.
No.
No, like a bigger wig probably would have
Yeah.
helped.
Yes. A big pageant wig
Yes.
to go with her gorgeous pageant dress.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Amethyst and Robin. I keep forgetting about them.
Like
They were on the show.
I feel like Princess Poppy was better than Amethyst, at least with her comedic timing.
Oh, I agree. Amethyst, I think, just needs more time to cook. But there's potential there.
I did remember her nose though.
Stop. Oh my god. Wow. Her and Robin, I think, are a weird couple anyway. Like they're a weird mix.
Yeah.
So.
And they were weird contestants too.
Wow. Connecticut. Anyways. I will say I really like Lucy's coat thing.
Looks good.
Her what thing?
Her coat.
Oh, for sure.
What did you think I said?
I wasn't sure if you said boat, and I'm like, I don't remember her having a ship liner anywhere, or even a yacht or a dinghy anywhere on stage.
She arrived in a rowboat.
It's true. Maybe a canoe. It almost looks like she's cosplaying at Trixie Mattel / Dolly Parton.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. All right, so let's move right along to episode 16, the grand finale.
Yay!
Yay! It's over.
Yay!
So let's dive into finale looks real quick as we revisit all of our contestants one last time. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So Irene Dubois went as the Mothman Prophecies. I don't like this.
Really? Okay, so I thought it was kind of cool. But it also kind of reminded me, I don't know if you guys are fans of Melanie Martinez, but she just came out with a new album and she has this whole like otherworldly fairy thing going on, and it's very similar to this. I thought it was kind of neat.
Okay.
I like parts of this, but then not what she actually wore. Like, this is what actually happened, right? And I don't know.
I like parts of this, but I hate all of it.
I hate what it actually was.
I like the butterfly bodice, and it fits really well. Her proportions are great. I don't like the feathers on the skirt. And
Yeah.
in this picture, it kind of reads as chicken feathers off of the bustle in the back by the wings.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's my problem with it. Is the whole thing. Anyways, Princess Poppy.
This was fierce.
Yes.
As Regina George, which I love.
She looks great
Yeah, she looks
though.
gorgeous.
Yeah, she looks amazing. I think there's more to her. I hope we get her back someday.
I think so too. She's beautiful.
Was she Connecticut also?
No.
No, she's San Francisco.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Connecticut
good for
was
her.
Lucy, Jax, Robin, and Amethyst.
Oh, yes. Okay. Sugar.
This is gorgeous.
She looks so good.
Yeah. This is definitely the best she's ever looked, for sure. In her
Just
entire life.
breathtaking.
Ever.
Breathtaking ice queen.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
I think she said the inspiration for this was like the Swan Princess, so she wanted something very like that. I think
Yeah.
it came out really, really good.
Ethereal? Oh, can't even say the
Ethereal?
word.
Ethereal.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Ethereal.
Yeah.
It's that homeschool phonics that gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah, it's cute. It's very regal, very otherworldly, very Anja woman.
See, this is what I think
Yes.
Irene Dubois was going for. Like, I think she wanted to look this good, and then it turned out for what it turned out. But Sugar looks amazing.
Yeah, this is a great finale look.
Yeah. That's why she made me really sad later in the episode.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Amethyst hated this.
Not only did I not like this, like her quote unquote like reveal when she like tore it off when she went down the runway.
Yeah.
I was like, what was that? What did you do?
It was like, don't worry, this gets more basic.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe she just needs to cook more and she needs a little bit more basting or something. I don't know. Maybe somebody should flip her. Turn the pan in the oven. I don't know.
Is she a turkey?
I don't know.
She a turkey
Christmas
pancake.
ham?
I'm sorry.
Grady made a comment about how she needs to cook a little bit longer.
Yeah, she does. And she does.
Take a little bit longer or whatever it is. I don't know, but I'm thinking about all the baking tricks that I can think of right now. And yeah, you put a toothpick
Not
in
quite
the center.
done yet.
Yeah, not quite done yet. The toothpick is not clean.
Yeah. Put her back in the air fryer.
Correct. Flip it and then try it again.
Pressure cook it.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Robin Fierce.
She was there.
Wow.
I mean, she looks pretty, but like, I don't know.
Right. It's pretty, but I don't think the proportions and the colors are necessarily what she wanted to aesthetically have happen. As far as a play on like shape and maybe just a photo from the wrong angle.
And you know, like I don't think she made enough of an impression during the season for me to go, oh yeah, that's Robin Fierce. This is such a Robin Fierce look. This is just a pretty drag queen.
Yes. And this is not taking risk. This is a queen who doesn't take risk. That's what this dress is. Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Safe.
And that's the Robin Fierce look.
Yeah. She does look pretty.
In a handbag.
Yeah, she does.
Look pretty.
She looks gorgeous, but
absolutely.
But we hate her. Anyways.
But who is she?
Okay. So the only one that I really don't think looks all that pretty is Irene Dubois. Like, I don't think that her makeup was all that flattering. Even Amethyst makeup was pretty good. For her only being a queen for a year, or how, like, she looked great at the finale.
Mm-hmm. You know, I didn't dislike Irene's finale look, but I kind of thought her reunion look was a little more glamorous.
I agree with that.
And
Aura Mayari. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I almost feel like Irene Dubois would fit better in the Dragula universe, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
It looks like Lucy's really gunning for that.
I know, it does look like Lucy's gunning for that. The next crossover. They don't appreciate me here. You're the only ones that will love me.
God, imagine the smack talk she would do during a Dracula season.
I think that's where I think she's a better fit, is because her attitude is way more accepted there, because they like it for the TV.
Makes a good program.
Yeah.
Program.
Ora Mayari.
Yeah, she
Oh
was
yeah, she
there.
looked good.
Yeah, she does look good.
She looks like a sea urchin.
A
Or something.
misunderstood sea urchin.
A sea witch.
She's full of poison.
Yes.
I mean, she's definitely not full of personality, so it's got to be something.
Maybe she's just a little bit too reserved for our cultural interpretations of personality.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what kind of bugs me about this wig though is that we saw Anitra do a much
it
better,
better.
similar wig. Yeah. So this just kind of felt like, oh, that's a good imitation of what Anitra did.
Yeah. I was thinking it, you said it though, but yeah.
Jax.
I hated this.
Same.
I thought this was so ugly.
Yes.
And for what? Like, why is this her finale look?
Right. Like, and why those color and material choices? Like, I don't hate the style itself, but it's like you chose like the ugliest colors and materials to work with for this. Like, what the hell?
Here's the thing though. She also couldn't decide. So she decided she was going peplum with chaps, with a train, with an arm piece, with a one, one shoulder.
This is crazy.
With a corset, with a bodysuit, with a like extra everything. Connecticut, here we are.
She said, I want everything.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
put it on my body.
Too much blue eyeshadow, give it to me.
Yeah, this was crazy. And it's like a crazy, and it's like almost like a lip sync outfit, but she's not lip syncing today. I don't know. It was
like,
really
what did you think was going to happen? Have you seen a finale before?
Right. Even Sugar and Spice look fantastic. And this is what you gave me, Connecticut, for your finale look.
Spice.
This kind of bothered me.
Go
like
on.
Your twin is gonna go out looking like a swan princess, glamored and gorgeous AF, and this looks like a Party City she-devil outfit. She doesn't look terrible, but I wanted more because her twin brought so much more. That's my opinion.
It does feel costumey. And what was that read to Louisiana Purchase? Like, it feels more like Party City Satan than the devil.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I wanted this to be more, especially because she's the one that stayed longer. So, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm also not sure that her hands were painted, and it really threw me off if her face was going to be that white.
Like, if she wanted to go this route, she could have done a really cool, like, Elvira-esque look that I think would look much better and much less costumey.
And you'd get it without that cheap pitchfork.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling this, but she got lots of camera time.
She did.
I think she looks great.
Grady, as always, a spice for the crown.
I love this. I do think the bottom of the dress could be better in a lot of ways. But I love everything from the waist up. I think she looks great. Best she's ever looked, for sure.
Absolutely, hands down, give it to you that she's not wearing like a crop top and a mini skirt. So style points to Spice.
Yeah, if the waist down was more extravagant, I think it would be a great dress.
Like more ball gowny kind of.
Yeah.
I can see that.
More billow from the hips to make her waist look even more snatched, because it is.
And if you're going to have a pitchfork, I do think the pitchfork should be like a pitchfork. Like, I want a giant, it touches the floor.
Like a whole cosplay prop.
Yeah.
But it looks like a foam bedazzled pitchfork.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe that's what makes it look so cheap to me is the prop, because the prop
like take it
cheap.
away and I think it looks better. And I like her makeup. I appreciate the different makeup for her. So I do like
Yeah,
that.
her makeup does look pretty good.
Yeah. But I do think you're right. Sugar blew her out of the water. Malaysia, baby doll Fox.
This is where like the red trend really started to like like
Yeah,
are
I
we
know.
all doing red now? With them? She looks nice.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I don't hate it.
I did not like this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
The top of the bodice, it doesn't draw my eye to the correct place.
Mm.
Like, I don't know where to look. Should I be looking at her shoulder? Should I be looking at this weird loop in between her cleavage? Should I be looking down lower than that, below her waist? I don't know.
I think you're supposed to be looking at the whole thing from far away.
Maybe it's
Well.
good from far, far from good. Oh no.
What about Marsha?
More red. This was kind of cool. I feel like this was different than a Marsha look we've seen before.
Yeah, it felt very Marsha, but it did feel elevated for her.
Yes. It's like I wish she brought this kind of stuff during the season because it probably would have fared better for her because it's just a bit more elevated and draggy.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I like it better than anything that she's worn so far to date. Although I did loved her reunion outfit. I just feel like the same notes that she's getting, like it needs to be bigger.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe with her dance background, she's so used to blending in with everybody on stage and looking the same that maybe she doesn't know how to go big and be the soloist.
Mm.
I'm not sure. I like it though. She looks great.
It's giving like demure Parisian.
Ballerina.
Yes.
Yeah. My Fair Lady with a hat. So many different style references. She looks great, but I need it to be a little bit bigger, draggy or something. But yeah,
yeah.
Like if the hat was twice as big.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the dress.
Yeah.
Selena Estides.
I wanted to like this so much. And I was gonna. It's my girl.
You guys remember when was it Jocelyn Fox did that one look for the quinceañera dress and she put like every piece of fabric from her box onto this dress and then she kind of got read for it by Gia Gunn and Untucked. That's what I thought this was at first. And then she turned around and was like, oh, it's a cake.
Wow. You know, I didn't mind this. I think it's one of those things where when you get really close up to it and you look at the bottom of the dress, it gets kind of crazy. But when we saw it on stage, I didn't really mind it as much as I do looking at it close up.
I didn't mind it either. It's as she was walking down, I was like, she's a freaking cake topper. And then she turned around and I was like, oh, she is a cake. Okay, cool. Then I'm on board with this. And I thought it was cool. But it is really busy. As a quinceañera cake would be.
And all of her looks are.
So it's very Selena.
I suppose that's fair. It is very Selena. I just thought it's the busyness for me. Like there was a lot happening in this cake topper and then it was a cake topper. I was like, oh, it's like style overload. Like again, it's like Jax as far as like, oh, there's peplum and you put the rhinestones and the fake confetti stuff on the side. Oh, and your cake and it's this like with the rosettes, like everything. It's so much. Like, could just edit like one or two.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. All my neighbors have had parties this weekend. That's all I've been hearing.
Oh, so is mine.
It's either that or they're yelling at their kids. It's fair.
Just kidding. Lucy LaDuca.
Does it help that I took 8 years of Spanish? Like in school?
It's showing.
I know. But there are certain non-translatable like post-verbal functions that happen in language. Like if you were to meet a French person, they make a grunting like ugh, like clearing their throat noise when they're frustrated. Like everybody has that like
Do them all. Do
whatever it
all the
is.
cultures.
Yeah.
Go.
I don't know that many. I only took French and Spanish. I'm so sorry. Oh, and some ASL. But again, that's American. So our, you know, the vernacular in ASL would still be American.
Lucy LaDuca.
Oh, this was cool.
I loved this.
But she's cosplaying as Disasterina.
But she looks cool.
It's a cross between Disasterina and Victoria Elizabeth Black. That is what I see when I look at this picture.
I don't mind it. I think she looks
don't mind
better. I like this better than all the other Lucys we've gotten prior.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose
And
that's true.
it feels more authentic. Like she's like, I feel like this is her way of being like, well, if I'm going to be portrayed as a monster, like I may as well show
I'm
up
gonna
as a
be one.
monster.
Yeah.
Embrace the
And
villain of the season.
Then at least it's more authentic. I appreciate it. This is the most I've really felt like I know Lucy. And it's her dressed as like a hideous monster.
Through that lens, all right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Snaps to Lucy then.
And I think it fits her really well, better than I think her previous looks. So
She does this style really well because I really liked her shredded look too. And that's probably one of my favorite looks she did all season.
Yeah, correct.
I don't feel like Lucy's proportionizing is ever wrong though. She looked great in the resort wear pants that she wore. Like,
yeah, it's not like they all fit her bad. It's just her style tends, I think, to be less sleek and slim like this.
mm,
And so I
she
appreciate like
is
this almost
less
like
padded.
sexier version of her. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like she took the camp out of it, and this is like
right.
what we get, which
It's like
I
dark and
like much
sultry,
more.
which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, she doesn't matter anymore. Our top four, starting with Anitra. I loved it.
She looks like a
looks
Mortal
great.
Kombat character. She looks sick.
Yeah, she was ready to do it. She was doing the thing.
Yeah, she looks great.
Lux Noir London.
I liked this, but it wasn't really what I was expecting.
Yeah, I felt the same. Like, I don't know, like I wanted it to be more, but at the same time, it's not like it's not elevated enough. It was just, I don't know.
Right.
I
And she
just
did
couldn't
that.
connect
She
to
did
it.
that one ballerina look during the season
The
too, and I was like, well, this is
crystallized.
a little close to it. Yeah.
Yeah. It did heavily remind me of that. And I do like this. She looks absolutely beautiful. Like the pink, the color is right.
Right.
The proportions are correct. The way that it hugs her body, she looks amazing. Love
Although,
that.
if I had to compare a similar look to later in the episode, I thought Willow Pill really did a better one.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that is extremely fair. Mistress Isabel Brooks.
I didn't hate this. The way the light hit it at times was a little weird because of the whatever material or fabric she used for it, but I thought it was otherwise gorgeous.
I loved it. I'll be
loved
honest.
it.
Yeah, I thought this was so good.
Definitely better than a lot of stuff she's brought throughout the season.
I thought this was the best thing she's ever worn.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely have to agree. And the way that the light hit the dress,
I like that.
I loved it.
Uh-huh.
It was so, she just looked so just like a shining star. I mean, I've been a fan of her all season, but she looks amazing.
Have you?
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if everybody was aware.
I'm usually really critical of her, and I love this. It's like she's made out of water. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like it.
The silhouette's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she looks fantastic. Sasha Colby.
Beautiful.
This was fierce.
Yeah, this was cute.
I
Real
love
cute.
this.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, we all knew she wasn't going to disappoint. She's looked fantastic on the runway every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The audience went nuts when she came out. So the top four also had looks for their actual viewing party because, as you know, the finale is taped a couple weeks in advance, and different versions of the very ending are shot. So the top four actually finds out when everybody else does at a live viewing party that they host, typically in New York. So this is what they wore to actual coronation, which happened the night of the finale. Lux Noir London dressed as Alaska,
Oh my God.
which I loved.
Love it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was so
This-
great.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Anitra. Gorgeous, but
Yeah, this is
I do like
gorgeous.
her other outfit better.
Mhm.
It's
But this
true.
is
I
pretty.
like this, but the red was better. Yeah. She looks good.
Mistress Isabel Brooks.
This is cool.
Yeah, we all know how I feel about this hairstyle.
Your
but
favorite, I know.
yeah, but I will say this, she looks phenomenal here.
Mm-hmm.
It goes with the big shawl though,
It
and the
does.
big shoulders and the
It
big
does.
collar that she has. She looks great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sasha Colby.
Is
She
that 40
looks.
inches?
I'm sure it is, and I'm sure it's a reference.
She looks great. I liked her other outfit more.
I hated this outfit. I don't know. One, this outfit just seemed like a weird choice to wear on such a special night for me. And her makeup, it's hard to see in this picture, but in the close-ups of her and in the videos of her being crowned and stuff, I feel like she doesn't look great, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So where she looked really good in the actual finale.
Yeah, this isn't my favorite look from her. Like, I'd have to say that this is my only like boot
Yeah.
that Sasha's ever given us.
Yeah. I especially, again, like seeing her in motion with it, I was like, I don't know about this. She was, of course, crowned by Willow Pill, who I think looks okay here. It's a little dark for her. but
Mm.
um but I think she looks good. And also Sasha Velour was there to help out as well. Boop,
Nice.
boop,
They both look
boop.
good.
Yeah, Sasha Velour looks great. And our judges, T.S. Madison, I thought looked great as well.
She looks good. She looks great in gold.
Yeah, it's definitely her color. Carson Kressley.
Love this jacket.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute on him. Ross Matthews.
Thank God it's not sequins.
Very true. Yeah, suddenly he's really butching it up.
I don't know that he would have ever chosen to wear this jacket though.
Yeah.
Before. I'm glad that he's feeling a little bit more self-confident and trying new things
I agree.
that aren't sequin jackets because he can do more than sequin jackets.
I agree.
I think he should just show up in full drag. I think it'd be really gaggy.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Michelle looks amazing.
Yeah, Michelle's fantastic looking as always.
Stunning, like all season.
Right?
Mhm.
Who knew New Jersey was going to age like wine instead of like milk? Props to Michelle Visage. She is entering her most stunning era ever. Ever. She looks amazing.
And RuPaul, who for a second I thought had just transferred her brainwaves into an AI.
Was terrifying.
Yeah. She wore this gold dress
That strangely
that,
had no shape.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
there was
honestly
no
wasn't
shape to
feeling
it.
this. Yeah.
She's worn much more glamorous and pretty dresses for a finale than
Yeah. And it looks
this.
like
Yeah.
there's an actual like like a slit in it or something, because you can see through part of it. But then I
Mhm.
don't know why she didn't wear it that way.
And it looks like there's supposed to be a cape or something attached to the back. Like, of all the dresses to wear when you're going to honor Bob Mackie, you chose this one.
Yeah, I'm confused by this. But I
And
mean,
also, yeah.
I do like the color on her, and I do like the materials used. I just wish it
Mhm.
was either modeled better or done differently. Um, I think it was Bobby, my husband, who said that it looked like she fell in like party streamers and stuff.
Yeah.
um, and I agree with that. It's like this crazy shapeless thing that looks like an accident. I
And
don't
what
know.
adds to the shapelessness is the applique, the gold metallic applique. So part of it is running in the same direction. And then there's this weird piece that just hangs straight down from her waist. And it,
Yeah,
again, it draws your eye to the wrong part. Like, why am I looking at her hip right now and where these pieces of gold fabric collide instead
right,
of somewhere else on the dress?
right.
And that's why
Bizarre.
Bob Mackie is Bob Mackie and no
Yeah,
one else.
yeah, this was bizarre. Um,
She could have worn her little big bird dress and I would have been happier with this. And I hated
right,
that dress.
right. She did do a little performance as she entered, which was nice. She went for a walk.
Was that what that was?
Yeah. All right, so let's get into these. Yes.
Yes.
So I have thoughts about how these are being done, but
Tell me everything.
um we get solo performances first to specialize individual songs made for each of them. Um, First up was Anitra, who performed Lotus, which was the song made for her. What did we think about this?
I loved the song.
Hmm.
And I thought her performance was really good too.
I thought her performance was meh,
Oh.
and that's it. uh, I don't know. I felt like she was holding back a lot, and there was more stuff she was capable of dance wise that I felt like didn't get showcased, and I feel like that's part of the problem by having the pre-choreographed, pre kind of structured performances that each of them got, like they're produced, instead of her being able to just do whatever she wanted to do.
Yeah, and really showcase her other skills otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, that's if we remember correctly, she is not a dancer, right? Like, she knows Taekwondo and she
Right.
can lip sync,
And she can Vogue.
but
Yeah.
choreo makes her not feel as confident. But
Mhm.
Right.
part of me wishes that she had worn a ball gown and done a reveal or something. I don't know. I felt like it wasn't enough energy, and maybe that's because of the one of her backing dancers got hurt and in the taping, and maybe she was just a
Yeah.
little bit off because of that. But I don't feel like she had the normal Anitra fire that she normally brings.
Yeah, I really wonder what happened with that, because one of her dancers did get hurt during the taping, and so I think they also had to retape it. um which is interesting, but yeah, and I feel like this about all of them, where it just feels like they're not really competing with these performances. So it just feels like a weird way to decide who moves forward based on them, if that makes
Right.
sense.
It's just a performance.
Yeah. So it almost feel this is where I feel like production is like heavily visible, because it's like we're not even competing at this point, but they're just moving people forward.
Hmm.
So it's like it's obviously predetermined anyway, which is, I don't know, it just gives me a weird vibe to do it this way. So, anyways, so I feel like because she's better freestyle, this kind of hurt her a bit, which then made the next phase of things weirder, because it was like, how do you justify pushing that person forward? I don't know. It was weird. Yeah. Lux Noir London performed It's Giving Fashion.
This was a fun song.
Yeah, it was a fun song, and I didn't make the performance, but I didn't mind the performance, but I don't know that I thought that it was like amazing or like
Right. Like it was good.
jaw
It was cool
dropping.
to
Yeah.
watch, but
Yeah,
not like, wow.
it was entertaining. It was there. It was part of the show. Like, would have been cool to see it in person, I'm sure, but like it wasn't like, oh my God, it's Lux. She's killing it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I almost felt like all the performers were lacking a little bit of fire. And
Mhm.
maybe it's because everything was going to be pre-recorded and all of them were going to get taped winning. So it kind of means less.
Yeah.
Either that or Lux already knew that Sasha and Anitra were moving forward, and she was like, yeah.
Mistress Isabel Brooks performed Delusion. I really liked this song.
Yeah, the song was great. I feel like the performance was probably the not the best one out of all four. It wasn't bad. I just don't think it was the best of all four. But I really liked
Yeah.
the song.
That's true. It's Mistress. I liked it.
I liked it a lot. I liked her outfit and I liked the way she performed it. I do like the song. But
I didn't feel like it was the best though.
yeah, I agree.
I liked how her
thought it was
outfit
good.
created different silhouettes at the same time. Like with the
Yeah.
style lines. I thought that was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, I do like that a lot. I think it was cool to look at.
Well, I was going to say that's when the applique works for you and when it doesn't, right? Like when you're drawn to look at the different shapes and the silhouettes in a different way
Mm-hmm.
based on the lines of the garment.
Mm-hmm.
That's when
I
it's
definitely
really
agree.
working for you.
I definitely agree. Sasha Colby performed Goddess. I did, I think, enjoy this one more than all the others. But, you know, same thoughts as all the others. Like, it's hard to, because they're all tailored for them in a weird way. And I don't know. Like, I loved it, but I was like, I don't know why this counts as competition.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. This was my favorite of all four. And I do feel that she did a little more production wise, like with the whole snake thing at the beginning, and
Yeah.
I really like the song. But I agree, if it's not really a competition, it's hard to just not take the show for what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, for some reason, this is used to determine who the top two are. And Sasha and Anitra unsurprisingly move forward. Oh yeah, we had the weird Bob Mackie tribute, which I totally forgot about.
Oh my gosh. I was waiting for you to bring it up. I
It's like
totally
a
forgot.
eulogy.
And my husband was like, "Did he die?" And I was like, "No."
Did he ask while he was standing there on the stage? Or...
No, but we were talking about it afterwards. He was like, "I
He
really thought
looked
he
dead.
died until I saw him," and I was like, "Yeah, did kind of read like a in memoriam kind of thing."
Yeah.
It was
And then
so awkward.
it looked like he was dead while he was on stage too.
Yeah. Awkwardly holding his
I
love
know,
prize.
like barely keeping the plaque for the statue
Yeah.
up.
They just wheel his corpse out on a dolly. Which takes us to Drag Race halftime, which began with the Drag is Not a Crime campaign. The show obviously feeling the need as the main vehicle for not only drag, but the LGBT population in the mainstream. They felt the need to really comment it on this episode, which I think is good. I do think it's good, but we did spend a lot of time here. Anyways,
I guess like I'm glad they do it. Can you imagine if they did something like that for like the Super Bowl? Like I don't know that it's a unique viewing platform to really get that message out. However, the people that are watching this already know that. So it's not like
Yeah.
they're reaching a new audience that says drag is important or that drag's not a crime. We know. Like, we
Yeah.
obviously follow the show. I think if they somehow made an effort to do it outside of their closed caption audience,
Yeah.
it would be different.
But then we wouldn't have that beautiful moment of Sugar not singing at all.
Yeah. Because during the campaign, we get this performance from Orville Peck, and I always forget what the Drag Race producer's name is. But he was singing there.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, I always forget his name. But all the queens were on stage also performing the song. Yes. And Sugar doesn't even try.
Not at all.
She's just moving, she's smiling sometimes, and and otherwise just kind of on the stage.
She did move in time to the music, and that's about all.
Yeah. So I don't know if she was upset about something, didn't know the words, a combination of the two. But she was not having it up there.
Mm-mm. She might not be really comfortable performing in front of big groups of people. That might be really out of her wheelhouse.
That's true.
That's true. It's different performing alone in your bedroom
Yeah.
to your TikTok fans.
Yes.
That's
So,
very true.
question for the group. Looking at this great group shot, was there a color assignment for the evening? Like, were they all supposed to wear red? And then Irene Dubois decided to go as this weird Tinkerbell. And then there's Robin Fierce and Sugar.
I don't know. It's a really weird mix mash of color up there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Because they look really disjointed on the left side of the stage, and then the right side, everybody's in red, and then there's Marsha. I can pick her out from here.
Yeah, I don't know why that happened or what's going on, but red was a big color.
Just blends into the background, which is never like the literal background of the set.
Yeah,
which is never a good
because she's the color of the lights.
I feel like it just further exemplifies that lack of synchronicity amongst this cast. Like,
yeah,
I feel like if the cast were truly a sisterhood and talked outside of all of this, there might have been better coordination. If that's what they were trying to do or not trying to do.
Oh yes, Willow Pill and Cornbread arrive. Willow Pill looks great. She kind of takes over as host while RuPaul's taking her nap. And
charging her batteries.
Cornbread does a little performance with all of the contestants' names in it, which I thought was cool. And then we find out who it was cute. And we find out who our Miss Congeniality is. And it ends up being Malaysia Baby Doll Fox, who gets $10,000. And additionally, Cornbread announces that all of the queens have been awarded $2,000, which is what they did last year.
I can't believe Mistress didn't win this part. Like, she was congenial for sure. She had that one moment.
Yeah. I thought for sure Spice was going to get this. I also liked what Zach said when we were watching it, was that it was going to be Sugar and Spice, which I thought would have been cool. I'm a little surprised by this.
I was so pissed that it was not. Nothing against Malaysia. This was so weird. This was so not it for me. I was really irritated. They were robbed.
If this is how this is how the cast voted, I will completely accept it. However, the most they ever looked together as a group was when they were talking Sugar and Spice into giving it their all and to staying in a competition, no matter if one of them went home or not. Like, that was their most group-like moment.
Yeah.
of like
Yeah,
sisterhood
I
from
agree.
an edited
Mhm.
fan's perspective.
I
Fans'
agree.
perspective. I wasn't there, not a fly on the wall. Congratulations to Malaysia, baby doll Fox.
Then our
Also,
headliner,
Cornbread looked great too.
she did, and this was a sequel look to her finale look from last year, I believe. And she also did a different version of this for the red carpet for the finale, where she still had the lion face on, but she was dressed as June Jambalaya from her elimination,
Oh my god.
which was hilarious. I'll send you guys a picture.
I love it that they are just like referencing each other on
Yeah,
red
it's great.
carpets at this point. Like it was
It's
cracking me
amazing.
up.
Um,
I love it that
anyways.
we've reached the drag cosplay era. I'm here for it.
Headliner Jinx Monsoon then took the stage and gave a performance ripped out of her role in Chicago, and her successful run on Broadway, which I gotta say, I didn't know she could sing that good. That was crazy. She smashed this performance.
Yeah, it was really good.
Hmm.
This was fantastic. I
Yeah.
don't know why RuPaul gave us that dance cheerleader routine if they were going to do this later
Yeah.
with
That's
all
why
of
she went
RuPaul's
first.
scary. Yeah, with all of RuPaul's scary faces on the screen. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And Drag Race is really proud to say that they made her. So, and they love to remind her that she would be nothing without them. So Rue makes her watch a little video where Rue then predicts that Jinx will achieve all her dreams because Jinx mentions she wants to be on Broadway.
But also, Jinx is one of the only winners that's fully embraced Rue as a okay, I'll do what you want. I'm going to fall in line. Here I am. She doesn't
Mm-hmm.
talk bad about the brand. She's never been disrespectful. She always shows up trying her best, doing her best
Yep.
work.
Yeah. She's great.
She's never ungrateful.
All right. Then RuPaul wakes up and gets back to the stage. And
They unplug her from the AC adapter in the back.
yeah. And we get our final lip sync, which is Anitra and Sasha Colby lip syncing for the crown. And boy, I will say this lip sync happened, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think you said this when we were actually watching it. We got a much better performance during the lip sync Lollapalooza in the season. So this felt very subpar to that.
Yeah, this was not it for me.
So are they just exhausted by this point in filming because they've filmed so many different versions of the ending that everybody's just giving a half-ass performance because they know they have to give some later? Like, is
You
this
know,
them
well,
tempering out the marathon?
from no, because from my understanding, the only thing they refilm is the announcement. So, um, they had well, although if they have to, they will refilm the performance itself, kind of like Anitra in the backup dancer situation. But it's not like they did several different like versions of this against other people or anything like that. Like this was it. But I just feel like Anitra's, for example, like her reveal, all of that stuff, it didn't go anywhere.
It's in it.
um and Sasha's, I appreciated that she had different stages, but I felt like one, I don't know that it really went with the song, and then two, especially getting out of the dress, I felt like it was like she was struggling a little bit. And then once she got
When she was pulling
sexy, it
that
was
bar
like,
out.
okay, yeah. And she had to step out of it. Then, it was a little rough. But once she got sexy, it was okay. But I don't even know if that really went with the song either. And I don't know. It
I
just,
think
for me, it was a miss.
I think if she had paced the reveals better, and built up to the sexy, and so it wasn't quite as long, it would have felt much better. It would have felt more like a story. But because she went from massive cloak to sexy so fast, the sexy had nowhere to go. It's like she started at 100 and you can't go much further.
There is all of that, but I also feel like Sasha Colby didn't know the words and that she was just flinging her ponytail around. And like every time they did a close-up of her, she either wasn't even lip syncing at all or she didn't know the words. So they kept doing like shots that weren't as zoomed in. I don't know. The whole finale just felt so strange to me. I was like, is this happening right now? I mean, I guess. All right. We are here. We are watching.
It is occurring.
President accounted for.
In front of our eyes.
In front of our eyes. It just all kind of felt a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's exactly what it is. So it's just underwhelmed for it to be like the big, we're done, this is it moment. And I was like, oh, okay. It was like any other lip sync, really. Anyways, surprise to nobody, Sasha Colby takes the crown. And I can't argue with that one bit. I think she destroyed the competition.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Spice didn't win?
She's taking over the show. So.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Spice is Drag Race.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown.
She's a new rotating judge.
Right, yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Or she's getting her own franchise, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Drag Race Pantry.
Stop.
Closet queen forever.
Oh God. Anyway, but yes, Sasha Colby wins. She becomes the most naked winner in history.
That's the truth.
But good for her. So we can dive into the final contestant scoreboard in just a second. But first, let's check out how people reacted. It's time for top tweets.
Are you kidding me?
Getting into the final scoreboard. So, of course, this is the point system. We had no changes to that, though, since the semifinals, of course. So that's still where everything landed going into the finale. Everybody, though, has some cash in their pocket now, which is great. Everybody got $2,000, except for the people who, of course, already won prizes while filming, which included Irene Dubois, who now has $4,500, Lux Noir London, who walks away with $12,000, Aura Mayari, who walks away with $7,000. Anitra won an awesome $22,000.
Yes.
Malaysia Baby Doll Fox got $10,000 for being Miss Congeniality. Lucy LaDuca also now up to $17,000. And Mistress Isabel Brooks, $7,000. And of course, Sasha Colby walking away with $222,000.
Don't forget, ladies, you'll be taxed on your earnings.
Yeah, so really it's like almost half their totals.
Right.
Anyways, final rankings. Sasha Colby, of course, first place, America's Next Drag Superstar. Anitra, runner-up in second place, with Mistress Isabel Brooks and Lux Noir London tying for third, fourth. And, of course, all of our historical eliminations, with Lucy LaDuca in fifth place, Selena S. Titties, sixth place, Marsha in seventh place, Malaysia Baby Doll Fox in eighth, Spice in ninth, Jax in 10th, Aura Mayari in 11th, Robin Fierce in 12th, Amethyst in 13th, Sugar in 14th, Princess Poppy in 15th, and Irene Dubois in 16th place.
What a season.
Yes, so congratulations again to Sasha Colby.
And Connecticut.
Jesus Christ.
the second co-star of the season.
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. With the 60-minute episodes and Real Friends of WeHo and all that stuff aside, I did appreciate that while just as long as last season, it didn't feel as long because people actually went home and we were actually moving things forward in the competition. So I enjoyed this season actually quite a bit more than last season. So there's that.
Even though it was kind of a mundane ride, I'm glad that it's over, even though it was entertaining slightly at times. And congratulations, Sasha Colby. But yeah, hopefully there's no Real Friends of WeHo next season.
You took
like
the
if
words
we get
right out of my mouth.
if we get 60-minute episodes next season, I'm gonna be really upset. Like burn the fandom down.
No, I'm sure they're never doing that again. And I'm sure they're never doing Real Friends of WeHo again. So there's that. I'm just excited that we got to cover this season together. It was a shorter season for us, but I think it worked out in our favor. I think it's the best one we've done so far.
Yes.
And this finale for us marks the end of our sixth journey together, which is crazy. We've covered 6 different seasons so far already.
Wow.
Yes.
6 turns in the Drag Race universe. Oh
yes.
my
and Dragon.
God.
But yes, so crazy stuff. And it also marks our 60th episode, I believe. So which is cool. Yeah. 6 is a very vibey number right now for us.
It
Perfect.
is.
Yeah. So I like that a lot. So it's been a micro season for us, and I think it'll be micro seasons going forward, but I think that kind of works for us and I like it. And so thank you guys for being on that journey with me once more. Don't worry, everybody, though, because we will be back sooner than we thought, because we got the announcement that Drag Race All-Stars is returning May 12th. So we'll be back to cover that, probably in the same batches. So it'll probably be an even smaller season than this one because they have less episodes typically. And we'll probably still cover them in batches of 4 until the finale.
I'm sure there'll be lots to talk about.
Oh, I agree. But yeah, so we'll be back a little sooner than we initially thought, but I think I'm okay with that because I think that means we're going to get a longer gap between this and Dragula. Also, an announcement. So, YouTube does offer podcasts now, so you can find highlights listed as a podcast as well. I will say, because of the visuals and scoreboard and things that we're covering, I think it's better to watch it as a video. But you do have the option to listen to it in podcast form if you would like. And after they air here on YouTube, not only this season, which is in the process of hitting the airwaves, but all future seasons as well will also be released as a podcast on podcasting platforms, wherever you enjoy your podcasts. Yes. So I do think, again, viewing them as a video is the best way. So they will air as a video first, but they will hit the podcasting platforms soon after. So look out for those now. So you have all kinds of ways to enjoy highlights with us. And of course, if you would like to catch any of our past coverage of Drag Race 15 or any of our ongoing coverage of Dragula and Drag Race properties, you can check that out right here on the PG Media channel. Subscribe today so you don't miss out. You can also find social media information in the description below. And with that being said, as always,
Thank you for watching highlights.
And we'll see you next time.